Now we're gotten to the point where we're suffering and we're dying because enough is enough. It can't remain like this anymore. A businessman decided to extend a helping hand, offering 5,000 naira to struggling families during the month of Ramadan. He was simply performing zakat. Zakat requires all Muslims to donate 2.5% of an individual's wealth to the needy and poor. But what acted as a simple act of kindness quickly turned into a nightmare. There was pushing, shoving, chaos ensued, and 17 precious lives, guys, including that of an innocent 8-year-old little girl, were tragically lost. Mothers were crying, children were screaming. It was just pure chaos. People were desperate for help, desperate for food. It's something out of like a nightmare. And what? Because of how much? 5,000 naira? Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Teaching Hospital reported that 5 women were brought into the hospital in critical condition. And as of now, of those 5, 4 of those women were confirmed dead. A staff member of the Shafa holding staff also said that 17 people had died in the crush, including 10 children, 7 women. Well, the police said that they are launching an investigation, but my question is, the investigation, all they'll be able to tell is that it was poverty that caused it. A stampede is a stampede. And why were people so desperate? Because of poverty. This really shows the harsh realities that millions of Nigerians are facing every day. There is so much desperation, there's so much hunger, there's so much poverty. Like, it's so deep, it's so drastic, it's so intense. And it's just a reminder of the profound impact of the economic hardship on vulnerable communities all around Nigeria. The inflation in Nigeria right now is one of the highest it's ever been in recent times. It's soaring to a 3-decade high, to the point where basic necessities are becoming increasingly absolutely unaffordable. That's the economic realities that we're currently facing in Nigeria. We know there's been a withdrawal of few subsidies. We know this was supposed to help, but right now, Nigerians are in such a tight corner that itself has already put us in an even more tight corner. Yes, we're supposed to endure, we're supposed to endure, but there was no space to endure. We were already pushed to the wall. So when fuel subsidy came off, it made things so much more intense. The floating of the national currency, that in itself, we know it's supposed to help. We know we're supposed to endure, but what it's done, it's caused the cost of importation of goods to skyrocket, and everybody has taken advantage of that. Even people whose goods have nothing to do with importing, them too have increased their cost. You know, this thing is really bothering me. This is not the first, this is not the second time I'm reporting about stampede on the Scoop. Someone on social media had this to say. This is the 3rd stampede in less than a month, if I'm correct. One in Lagos when buying the reduced price of rice, which I reported about. Another in Nasarawa involving students during the palliative distribution less than a week ago. And now we have this. When will this end? End quote. And the question is, when is it going to end? I love Nigerians because we're very low maintenance. It's a good and terrible trait of ours, right? We are very good at evolving with the times. We're very good at adjusting. We're very good at persevering. We don't complain until we have nowhere else to turn. In fact, we rarely complain. We'll complain and we'll move on and we'll make it work. This country is a place where everybody will improvise and you'll figure out how to survive and live. We're resilient people, but we suffer and smile. Now we're gotten to the point where we're suffering and we're dying. Because enough is enough. This thing is getting to a point where it can't remain like this anymore. Another person on social media said, the poverty in the land is crazy. And this is a personal experience that he's sharing. He said, we shared 10 kg over the weekend, and I'm not joking. People could have died. We had to stop and told them that they should write their names and numbers and we'll call them to pick it up. End quote. Over what, 10 kg of rice. It's really heartbreaking to see that people lost their lives, like a human life was lost because of 5,000 naira, because of poverty, because children, the future, it was snuffed out because of 5,000 naira. And we just need better solutions. And I appreciate what this person was doing. The other businessman was just doing what he thought he should, doing his due diligence as a good citizen, as a good neighbor, taking care of the less privileged. Unfortunately, it led to what we're seeing here, which is death, children dying. We need more support. We need more assistance. We need more empathy. The role of the government, the effectiveness of policies, accountable leaders, these are the factors that shape the lives of ordinary Nigerians. Because what we're seeing right here is the effects of bad governance. People will say, how? It wasn't the government that was distributing the food. Yes, but we know that the desperation was caused because the country is in a dire state. This tragedy in Bauchi just highlights the effective of good governance, and we need responsive leadership. It's not enough to offer handouts. We need more sustainable solutions that address the root causes of poverty and inequality. You cannot share a half bag of rice and call it a day. And I understand that this citizen is doing this, but even the government does this. And sometimes I'm just like, these are not government policies. This is nothing. This is not even infrastructure. I keep asking myself, how would Nigerians be free from the shackle of poverty? I mean, what are your thoughts on this situation? You know, does this mean that people should not be good Samaritans anymore? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you guys feel about this story where we're hearing 17 lives have been lost because of 5,000 naira. Comment down below. Someone is not going to be throwing a birthday bash this year. You gotta guess who it is. Click on the next video to find out.